Mikey Musumeci, 1 championships, submission grappling champion, ADCC champion, world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. I mean, the guy's got medals, the guy's got trophies for days, ladies and gentlemen. And he's got multiple defenses on his 1 championship title as well. Mikey Musumeci, though, despite him being like just such a physically looking nerd, I mean, look at the guy. He's also like a crazy jiu-jitsu nerd. Now, even Gordon Ryan, despite him training every single day, not skipping, holidays or anything like that, only when he gets super sick. And I don't even mean to laugh at this one. I mean, that's literally the only time I laugh because it's crazy and it's outstanding that Gordon Ryan, the only time he doesn't train is when he's sick with, his stomach issues or crazy injuries that he's faced as of late, because we haven't seen him as active as we have, in the last 3 years anyways. But anyways, guys like Gordon Ryan, the best of this, arguably one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners out there right now, is not even as much of a nerd as Mikey Musumeci is, despite him training every day, just like Mikey, competing for a living as a professional in this sport. Now, I know the likes of Gordon Ryan and some of these other jiu-jitsu names out there in North America, they got other businesses as well, whether it's apparel, their own gyms, teaching, academies, training videos. Gordon Ryan has a whole training video set and, he's making bank off that as well. Mikey Musumeci is just always jiu-jitsu, martial arts, jiu-jitsu. And he barely even eats, right? Pasta, pizza, jiu-jitsu. That is his life. He was on Joe Rogan last summer, the Joe Rogan Experience, where he sat in his weird, Jedi, crazy, flexible type of way that Joe Rogan was fascinated about because Joe Rogan is weird like that. He told Joe Rogan on that episode that he hadn't always just trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He hadn't always just been that focused and that much of a nerd in that discipline. He actually, at a young age and in his teenage years, trained a lot of Muay Thai as well. And he actually fought. Now, I don't think this was even like at the amateur level. I think these were like glorified sparring matches because I couldn't dig up an actual amateur record. But he said he sparred decent guys at his level at the time, at his age. Guys who would go on to actually compete and be really good in the sport. He is no stranger to striking, despite how kind of ugly it looks, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Exciting stuff, though, just as a nerd, going full circle myself, in the world of mixed martial arts, as he hinted on the Joe Rogan Experience last summer that there's a possibility that he fights Muay Thai or kickboxing later in his career. He didn't necessarily, though, hint at the possibility of mixed martial arts. And right now, people are thinking that he might be leaning more towards the mixed martial arts side of things versus actually competing in Muay Thai. Lucky for him, he's one of the golden boys in a promotion that has multiple disciplines of martial arts you can compete in. So whether he chooses to dabble in mixed martial arts, whether he chooses to dabble in kickboxing or Muay Thai, I mean, Shotzi will give him a layup, someone who he can at least be competitive with, despite maybe not having the ability to dominate or get a flashy win or win at all at that stage. But anyways, let's get into the story. He's been training at the Saenchai gym. So is there a possibility that he might drop the Darth Rigatoni name and become Mikey PK Saenchai? Imagine that. Imagine him walking out. We got Mikey PK Saenchai. Oh my God. So he has been seen hitting pads in Bangkok. He's 5-0 in 1 championship in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is the champion. He has an upcoming bout against Shinya Aoki and another one that was just announced, 165 in Qatar against Demetrious Johnson. That one's a little bit of a gimmicky one because DJ, despite him, recently winning a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, focusing on Jiu-Jitsu right now, and he was actually honest about that on the Joe Rogan Experience. His last appearance there a few months ago, Mikey Musumeci is probably going to cook him on the ground, let's be honest. But he's been very active competing against names, decent competition at the very least. Look, you're going to get the best out of competition going to ADCC and the international Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions, but still, we can't knock him for the most part, making it look easy. You know what's crazy too? Is he got his black belt under Gilbert Burns, and he actually was quoted saying that Gilbert Burns wants me to do MMA so bad. So bad. I totally forgot that he got his black belt under that of a Gilbert Burns. Now, he's moving to Thailand permanently. He's been there a lot ever since he met Chaudhry in Thailand, and when he went there and met him in Singapore. They have a great relationship. They've even trained together, jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai before. Great friendship, that's what I'm saying. He's one of the golden boys. And Chaudhry's invited him to come to Thailand to train many times. First, he fell in love with Singapore, and there's a lot of just like one championship infrastructure there and a lot of gyms that he was familiar with. But he's very excited now that he's falling back in love with Muay Thai. He decided to move to Thailand full time. He will be on the upcoming card that Fabricio Andrade is on. He's set to face John Haggerty. That fight did have to move due to, I'm actually not allowed to say, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's just say John Haggerty is kind of a piece of shit. But anyways, we'll move on. They're going to be fighting for the vacant kickboxing title. So John Haggerty, the Muay Thai champion, Andrade's MMA champion. What I'm getting at here is one championship. They're no stranger to these multi-discipline fights, which honestly, it's one of the reasons why I love this promotion so much, is it kind of just gives you a taste of like the olden days of, hell, the ultimate fighting championship when it was style versus style. Now, look, we see the Jared Brookses go up against Mikey Musumeci. We all know Mikey Musumeci is going to beat him, but we're all intrigued. And we're all going to be intrigued to see that of a Fabricio Andrade, one championships MMA champion, up against John Haggerty, Muay Thai champion, for a kickboxing title. It doesn't necessarily even need to be champion versus champion in their respective discipline. It could be just like a top MMA guy going up against a top Muay Thai guy in a kickboxing match, and one championship would likely do it if the names were big enough. I mean, they did the mixed rules bout with Rod Tang and Demetrious Johnson, right? So it is cool that it's just, again, for me, who's very much a martial arts fan, right? Someone who, that was my first sport. I love this aspect of one championship. For me, I'm not looking at it like a gimmick. Now, some of them are, like, again, the Rod Tang mixed rules fight, that was very much a gimmick fight, but stuff like this is just, if you train in that discipline of martial arts and you want to test yourself in that discipline, whether it's against the big name or not, if you're going up against the big name, I mean, yeah, maybe you're out of your element, just like a Jared Brooks was, for example, but you're getting paid, baby. You're getting paid. So anyways, we will see Mikey Musumeci against Shinya Aoki on the same card as Fabricio Andrade, who will be fighting John Haggerty in kickboxing. And it's just cool to see stars competing in cross disciplines, which means we could see Mikey Musumeci down the road competing kickboxing or Muay Thai if he stays loyal to one championship, which I imagine now that he's like moving to Thailand as well, that he's very much gonna be under this banner for the rest of his pro fighting career. And he has been recently cited saying that he's very much focusing on striking, and it's not like it's taking away from his jiu-jitsu, but he's adding that to his training as well. So whether maybe some of his like endurance training and cardio training, he's replacing it with getting some pad work and things like that. So he's adding that and polishing those skills that he said, well, he lost when he focused 100% on grappling all the time. Like we said at the beginning of this segment, he's so nerdy in that sense. I think one will give him a layup when he is ready, whether it's Muay Thai or MMA. But you tell me how long you think it's going to take, guys, because his pad work doesn't necessarily look the greatest. Let's just take a look together here. Let's just take a look together here. All right. It's my. Hey, training with Nong-O there. So like I said, I don't think he's fighting anytime soon. And it's not like he's going like 100% or anything in this particular case. All right, so that's one of them. Nong-O there holding pads for him. No gloves here. Yeah, just slow skill development. But last week, clips popping off every day. And then a few articles, 3 days in a row, articles dropped on various MMA publications, Sportteca, MMA Fighting, MMA News. I think even ESPN, a very small, like, 2-paragraph article as well, but it was popping. So like, this might be serious, because every other time that people were like, oh, Mike Musumeci hit pads, and there was one clip of it like 4 years ago, is he going to MMA? He would just laugh and be like, no, I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, and go on his, Mikey Musumeci awkward speech about how jiu-jitsu is so awesome, and I'm holding the jiu-jitsu flag for, USA and things like that. Now it's quite the opposite, especially in the most recent Sportteca article that dropped last Tuesday. And again, like I don't see the hype at all. I am excited to see footage on when he's going a little bit, when he's giving it 100%. Give it a few months and we see him go balls to the wall and he releases those videos from his social media and he goes, let's go, baby. I think that was it as far as the footage I had here. And lastly, we'll just take a look at his resume here. World record holder for the fastest submission in an IBJJF World Championship Adult Black Belt Final. 2021, 2019, 2018, and 2017 IBJJF World Champion. 2016 Pan American, we saw that. Euro in 2020, 2017. I mean, just unbelievable. And here we go. He's on a hell of a win streak right now. 2, 4, 6, 8 grappling match win streak. And not all those were in one championship, by the way. Not a lot of losses. 23 matches. He's 20 wins, 9 submissions, 3 losses. He lost 1 to submission. So he's 20-3 in his pro grappling career. 9 submission wins, 1 submission loss, 0 draws. Don't bet the draw on Musumeci. Actually, bet the draw. Sprinkle a little bit on Musumeci and you'll win big. His dive boxing looks horrible, but if he nerds out on it like he has a BJJ, I think he might have a chance in MMA.